How are you? So I hope you're all having a great week so far. And welcome to Awaken the Stubborn Upper Back and Shoulders. So today we've got a couple of new stretches that we're going to be doing. Quite tricky ones, so we will do a lot of preparation to start with. Just before we start, I want to ask you a question. You can put it in the chat. You can also unmute yourself and speak if you want to. Or you can just keep the answer inside. You don't have to say it. So how has stretching benefited you? So it could be it's given you determination, it's given you a discipline, maybe you had a bad lower back and your lower back is great now. Let me know what stretching has done for you. Has it made you more happy, more excited, better posture? Could be any of those things. Stronger. So pop it in the chat if you want to, if you feel like it. If not, you can just think about that throughout the class, because there's so many benefits to stretching, and it's really interesting to hear how it personally affects you. Rachel's saying, has given me new goals to work towards. Yeah, it's exciting to have, things to work towards, and it is a slow process, so it's not something you get straight away, but it's good to definitely have a goal in mind. Solange, relaxes me, form of meditation. Yeah, I'm the same. I really like stretching for the sort of therapeutic reasons as well, and focus on goals. So happy and excited to see what my body can achieve. Yeah, definitely. And Solange again, it brings me closer to my goals. Yes, great. Has it did anyone experience any sort of pain in their body or anything before? Were you feeling quite tight, and you maybe feel looser and it's more easy to move? Heidi says less pain and fun from being able to do cool posture poses. Yeah, it is quite fun as well. Yeah, it is good. Definitely. It's exciting when you get something that looks really impossible to most people. It's like, I can do this really amazing trick, and it's fun. Rachel, the upper back class relieved my lower back pain. Oh yeah, you said that, Rachel. That's amazing. I'm really pleased for you. That's great, because lower back pain is not fun. So that's really great that you're activating the upper back. Solange, I find this class helps me for my pain in my neck from too much computer. Yeah, definitely. I'm always reminding my mum to have her shoulders back, because she texts with her shoulders rounded and she's on her computer a lot. So I'm like, shoulders back, mum, open the chest, do more stretching. And actually she does stretch a lot more now. So yeah, definitely stretching is amazing for people that sit down at a desk and spend a lot of time on the computer. Cool. Okay, well, yeah, if you have any more comments or questions, feel free to put it in the chat throughout the class, or you can unmute yourself. I've been doing that a little bit recently. I think most of you are a bit shy to speak, but a couple of you did speak out, so yeah, that's fine as well. I can answer any questions. Okay, so we're going to come onto your knees, and you're placing your hands behind your head, sorry. So you're opening the chest. And what I want you to do is not overextend in the lower back. So we're not doing this, okay? I want you to draw the stomach in. Okay, have we got another question? No, okay. Draw the stomach in. And what I want you to do from here is to just turn the upper part of your back from side to side. So you're not turning the lower back, it's just the upper back and the shoulders. So you're just doing this in your own time. So you should feel a nice release after this stretch. For some of you, this might be really uncomfortable. usually when something is really uncomfortable, it's what you have to do. It's like, it's showing you that this is your stretch. Okay, so now you're going to look down, so you're going to tuck your chin to your chest, and you're just going to lightly draw the head down. So you're getting a nice stretch up the spine and in the neck. Okay, and then taking your head to one side. The other arm is active, so you're really pushing down. You're not actually touching the floor, the mat, you're just pushing the arm straight, and the hand is flexing. So really pull the head as much as you can. You should feel a really good stretch here. Good, and second side. Good. I felt that one a lot. Okay, so we're going to do our cat-cow bends. So we're going to do it for a minute. So I'm going to time you, and I want you to just work through your cat-cow bends in your own time. So really think about what you're doing and really try to pay attention to the whole spine. So you're going to inhale, arching the back, looking forward, pulling the chest forward, creating space in the chest. And then you're going to exhale, you're going to round the spine, creating a hollowness in the front body. So you're pushing the ground away. So you can do these really slow if you want. So you really try to pay attention to the whole spine. When you are doing the archy one, I want you to lightly draw the stomach in. So you don't want to let the stomach all loose, or it could affect your lower back. So you want to protect the lower back by lightly drawing in the abs. Okay, so we're going to go now for 1 minute. Okay, so in your own time. So you're inhaling as you arch, cat, and then exhaling into cow. So don't forget about your breathing. So when you're rounding the spine, really try to push the top of the feet into the mat as if you're trying to draw the knees off the floor. So we're synchronizing the movement with the breath. Good. And then you're bringing your body into a neutral position. So you probably all know how to do a neutral position, but just to make sure, your spine doesn't have to be completely straight. That's actually not neutral. Your spine naturally, your lower back naturally has curvature. So you can let a small amount of the lower back curve. Okay, so this is a neutral spine for me. Everyone's will look different. Okay. So you're not overextending, you're not rounding, you're not doming the upper back. You want to find a spot that's sort of neutral and comfortable. Okay, so that's a neutral spine. I'll be talking a little bit more about that soon. Okay, so we're going to tuck the feet under. You're going to push up into a downward dog. So we're creating space in the spine. So there should be a line from the crown of your head to your tailbone, okay? So just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And then from here, you're going to come through to a high plank, pushing up between the shoulder blades. You're going to bend the knees and you're going to scoop the bum up in a wave. Okay, so we're doing these sort of undulating waves. So just do 10 of these in your own time. And I want you to really, really focus on the movement of the spine from the neck downwards. Good, and once you finish those, just come back into your downward dog. You might want to just raise the heels up and down, so creating length in the back of the legs. Okay, and then walking the feet towards the hands. We're just going to let our spine dangle and decompress, so you can hold on to opposite elbows if you want to. And just sort of dangling, so just moving the torso from side to side, keep the legs strong. Good. Okay, so we're going to warm up the hips now. Hips are really important for back bends. As you know, it's really, really important to think of hips as part of your back bend. If you have really tight hips, then your spine is going to compress in the lower part. So we're going to come into a lunge just now. You're going to tuck the back foot and you're going to bring the back leg off the floor. So we're in a high lunge here. So I want you to focus on square hips, so squeezing the back glute, tucking the tailbone under. You're going to dip the knee down. So we're going to do 10 of these together. 1, shoulders back and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay, and now straighten the front leg, flex the foot, and bring your belly button down towards the straight leg. You might want to pull the foot in towards you to deepen the stretch. Good. And then coming into a lower lunge, you're going to push the hips forward, draw the hip flexor down, and if possible bend the back leg, and you're going to do small kicks towards your glute. So 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Collect the foot, bring the foot in towards your bum. You can grab with both hands if you have the balance. Shoulders back. Good. So really try to relax the hip down towards the mat. And we're going to change sides. So you're going to come into lunge on the other side. Tuck the back foot. Coming into a higher lunge. Dipping the knee down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Knee comes down. Push the hip flexor down. You're going to straighten the front leg, flex the foot, and fold over the front leg. Good. So remember to keep the spine very long in this position, even if that means you're a bit higher. You don't want to be doing this. You want to have a nice, long, lengthened spine. Pull the foot in towards you to deepen the stretch. Good. Okay, and we're going to activate the quad again, so you're going to bend the leg in towards your bum for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then pull the leg in. Keep the tailbone tucked under, drawing in the abs. Okay, and release the leg. So we're going to do one last hip flexor stretch with the wall. This one's my favourite stretch, one of my favourite stretches. I've got many. So you're going to bring the leg up onto the wall. The other foot, the foot is at the bottom of the wall pushing in, so the foot's flexed. Top foot is tucked. Ideally you do want to have a straight leg. Okay, and I want you to bring the shoulders down and away from the ears. And you're going to do small little pushes towards the wall. Okay, so you should be feeling this in the hip flexor. So you can do as many as you want, and then maybe a hold. Keep the hips square.
Felicity,
yes?
Sorry, I feel like all of my lower back.
Do you? Who's that speaking? Was that Sarah?
Oh, sorry, it's me.
Oh, hi.
I feel like I feel it all in my lower back, if you get me, you know, when I push back.
Yeah. If you're feeling it all in your lower back, it's quite hard to tuck the tail. Like usually I would say do a pelvic tuck to prevent overextending in the lower back. But in that position it is quite hard to do that. So I would suggest maybe not doing this one and maybe just focusing on the lunge with the back leg against the wall.
Oh, thank you.
Like this one. Yeah. If you're feeling it too much in the lower back, that's not so good.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
No problem. You can change legs when you're ready. Good. Yeah, I've got some students that have said that before, that they feel this a little bit too much in lower back, and then some that tell me it's all hip flexor. So we're all so different. You got to find the stretches that work best for you. So small pushes and a hold. Good, and then release the leg whenever you're ready. So we're going to warm up the shoulders now. Okay, so you're going to come onto your knees, bring the hands in together, so elbows in together. If it's quite hard for your elbows to meet, then just try your best, okay? So you're going to open the arms so the palms are spread and the elbows should be at shoulder distance. So we're opening the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades as we push the arms back. So let's do 2 sets of 10 together, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now we're raising the arms up, making them straight, crossing at the wrists, and then bringing them back to this position. Alright, so we'll do 2 sets of 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Now arms straight, the palms are facing down. We're going to do small circles. Remember not to overextend in the lower back again for this one. So just draw the stomach in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we're going to go the other way now. So if you went clockwise, you're going anti-clockwise. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay, you must have felt that. Okay, great. So we're going to do some work on the shoulders now. So do you all have a band? Yeah. If you haven't got a band, you can use something else that's long, a dressing gown tie, or maybe even a belt if it's long enough, maybe. Never tried that myself, but it might work. Okay, so what we're going to do is it's not a full lunge, it's just a position to make this more easy on your shoulders. So you're going to hold on to the band. You're going to bring the arms behind your back. Okay, some of you might just be able to raise the arms to here. Others, you might be able to actually bring your arms all the way up. Okay, and obviously it depends on where you're holding the band, so you work with your own body. Okay, so you might want to do a few of these just to warm up. So you're really focusing on squeezing the shoulder blades together, keeping the arms straight. If your arms are bent, then please hold further away. So just do a few just to warm up, and if it feels okay, you might want to take the arms overhead. Okay, and then all the way back. And if that's really effortless, move your hands in closer, make it a little bit more challenging for yourself. Oh gosh, my shoulder nearly popped out the socket there. Yeah, I've got a dodgy shoulder at the moment. So don't arch the back. Also don't do this, so don't do kind of defeats the purpose of the exercise. So you want to bring the shoulders together and make sure that they're symmetrical as you go back. All right. And don't do this either, don't lean forward. This feels really nice. Good. So just do a few more, do a couple more. You might want to walk the hands in a little bit. Good. Okay, great. So we're going to start in puppy pose. So we will be doing some puppy poses with the block, which will make it a lot more challenging. So we're just going to do a puppy pose without the block to start with. So you're going to have your hands in line with your shoulders. You want to have straight arms. You're going to bring the chest down towards the mat. What I want you to do in the pose is a few things that I'll talk about. So once your chest is as far to the ground as you can, I want you to see if you can lightly draw the chin up and forward. That will help to increase the stretch on the upper back. Another thing to do is, instead of having a flat palm, is to come up on your fingertips. So that again will increase the stretch in the shoulders. You will feel it. Another thing is to tuck the tailbone under. Okay, I know that sounds kind of weird when you're in this position, and you probably can't see me even doing it because it's quite subtle, but you will feel this a lot. If you tuck the tail under, the tailbone under, you're going to push the stretch up to the upper back. Okay, so practice doing that. Imagine you're doing cat-cow bends. You can practice doing that, although they're not going to be as significant as a cat-cow bend because of the position, but you will feel the stretch higher up for sure. You also want to be drawing in your abs, so you're subtly engaging the abs in this as well. There's quite a lot going on. This is a really nice one that you can relax into while you're watching TV, maybe, you can see. It's one that you can do all the time. You don't need to be super warm for puppy pose if it's not got the blocks, so yeah, try and do this one as much as possible to really keep your upper back nice and mobile. Good, so did you all feel that then? Yeah? When you sort of did the pelvic tuck and everything? Yeah? Okay, so the next one is slightly more challenging on the shoulder. So you're going to have your hands together like a prayer. Your arms are going to be straight. Okay. And what I want you to do from here, if you can, if you feel like it's going to be too much, then just stay here where you are. If you can, if you feel like your shoulders are warm enough, then you could bring the hands inward, okay, without taking the chest off the floor. You might want to bring them back and try again. So you're bringing the hands towards your head, bending the arms. But yeah, if that's too much for you today, don't worry, just stay with your arms straight. Good. Okay, very good. Okay. So we're going to do one with the block now. So if you take a block, and what I want you to do is do the same as what we just did. Don't worry about bending the arms in. I want you to keep the arms straight and the palms together. You're going to use a block now underneath your elbows. So this will be slightly more challenging, or a lot more challenging. If it doesn't suit you today, you don't need to use the block. It's just to try. So your arms are straight, palms together, and then you're going to slowly relax into the stretch and open the chest as you push it down towards the mat. So the block is under your elbows. If you're super flexible in the shoulders, you might be able to bend the arms in towards the head with the block underneath. Don't worry if that doesn't happen today. It is a bit of a struggle. Remembering not to overextend in the lower back. It doesn't matter if your chest is not on the ground. So this is a really nice one as well. I can see you're all testing it out with the block, so that's great. Good. Okay. So we're going to move on now. We're going to warm up the back just a little bit more because we will be putting a back bend into it, into the training. So I want you to come onto your front, pushing the hip bones into the mat. Keep the legs stable and strong. You're going to have hands on opposite elbows. Okay, so the elbows are going to be shoulder width apart. And we're going to squeeze the abs a lot, use the back muscles as well to raise your chest off the floor. So we're going to do 10 of these. Okay, ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. How did you find those? Good? Torturous? Okay, let's do 10 more then, okay? Since you love them so much. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew. Second time round, not so easy. Okay, so we're going to do some wall stretches with a back bend as well. Now, take a block just in case, actually. I'll show you a few variations. Okay, first one we're going to do is hands on opposite elbows. So similar to what we just did there on the floor. So same position with the elbows and the hands. You're going to push your chest forward towards the wall. Okay, now your knees can be close together or they can be hip distance apart. It's really whatever you feel like. And I want you to really try to relax in this position. If you do feel like it's all in lower back, again, engage the abs. Pull the abs in towards the spine. Pelvic tuck, so don't stick your bum out. Try to subtly tuck the pelvis under. And you can try to engage the pelvic floor as well. So you're going to push the chest in towards the wall. Good, so this one is quite intense on the shoulders, isn't it? Anne's agreeing, I can see you nodding your head, yeah. Quite intense, so you can come out of it, have a breath, take some breaths, relax, move around a little bit and then go back into it. See if you can get a little bit deeper. I'm sure the second time around will be more comfortable for you. So you're going to go into it again. So really try to bring awareness to the breath. So don't forget about your breath when you're doing this. You might be focusing so much on the strain in your shoulders that you've forgotten to breathe. So breath is so important for flexibility. So please breathe. So we're doing it one more time, just really trying to relax as much as we can. Okay, so whenever you do a position like this, which is quite intense, whether it's a back bend or shoulder stretch or whatever, it's always good to lengthen the body, so lengthen the spine, bring the arms up overhead, you know, make yourself really tall. So that's not arching, you want to really sort of, I mean, I would, yeah, you could stand up even, you could stand up. Bring the arms up overhead and just really try to make the body as long as possible. So you're trying to create space between the vertebrae. And just take a breath in, deep breath in, and deep breath out. So it's always good to do that after back bends and intense stretches. Okay, the next one is quite a good upper back stretch. Just make sure that your neck is really warm. So if it doesn't feel warm enough, then please just try to do some more neck stretches like we did in the beginning. So you're going to place the block lengthways, so the longest setting. You're going to place it onto the wall and you're going to put your chin onto the block. Okay, now don't worry, I don't want you to get your chest right onto the wall, okay? You don't need to worry about that. I want you to bring the knees back. You're going to bring the hands beside you, bending the arms, okay? And you're going to do small little pushes towards the wall. So imagine that you're trying to get the chest forward. So some of you might like this stretch when you're moving in it. Others, you might just prefer to hold it. Remember, try to pull in the abs. That will help you to stop the overextension of the lumbar. Who's having fun with this one? Natalia, good. These wall stretches, like you've really got to play around with them. So I do recommend remembering them and doing them at home, because you want to get it in the right spot. Now you want to feel that in the neck and the upper back. You don't want to be feeling it all lower back. So it is a good idea to practice these ones at home with your block and really try to get into the correct position. There's no point in doing it if it's not correct. Did you all feel that? Did anyone feel small little cracks in the upper back? Like, did you feel the upper back talking to you? Maybe when you came out of it? Okay, so you can continue, don't worry, if you want to finish the stretch that you're on. So don't jump in and out of anything. Okay, so the next one we're going to do, we're going to stand up. Okay? So what I want you to do is have you're facing away from the wall. I want you to really focus on lengthening the spine. Okay, so draw the abs in, pull the ribs in, bring the arms up, feet hip distance apart. So imagine you are as tall as a tree. You're going to look up towards the hands. Now, we're all different levels, so I'll show you what to do if you're just beginning with the stretching, because it can be a little bit daunting to go back towards the wall, must say. If you find it a bit uncomfortable to arch back in this position, I would say walk the feet in towards the wall, okay? So it'll be less scary. So you want to follow the hands back towards the wall, but keep this in, okay? You want to keep the pelvis tucked so that you're accessing the upper back. Okay. From here, you might want to walk the feet out and try to get the palms flat onto the wall. You might be able to walk down further and bring your arms straight. You might even bend the knees. Okay, I couldn't breathe anymore, I couldn't talk anymore. So you might want to bend the knees towards the wall. Okay, that's when you're going to feel a nice stretch in the upper back and shoulders. So just take it step by step. If you just touch the wall and no more today, then that's absolutely fine. Okay, so the full pose, I'll just show you. It does require a lot of flexibility and a lot of practice. So it can be one to work towards. The main idea of this stretch is to try to access the upper back. So you're trying to bend upper back and not bending back in the lower back, okay? So you want to start really tall, follow the hands back, trying to access upper back. And then your aim is to try and get the palms flat on the wall, okay? If your arms are bent, it's not the end of the world just now. Eventually you will be able to straighten the arms and then maybe bend the knees in. When you're coming out of it, please be mindful and careful. Your head comes up last, so don't rush out of it. I'll have a look to see how you guys are getting on. It's not an easy one, I told you. At one point your lower back is, of course, it's going to bend. It would be impossible not for it to bend, but you do want to start from the neck and the upper back. Good, Sarah. Rachel, great. Sarah, good. Try and get your palms flat on the wall. Okay, try. If it doesn't happen today, don't worry, but that's the aim, is try and get the palms flat on the wall. And then eventually, as your flexibility increases, you will be able to walk the hands down the wall. Good, Anne. Solange, good. I think you've walked down a little bit too much, Solange. I think you could be have your hands a bit higher. You don't want to walk down too far because then it's going to be hard to do the sort of stick the bum back towards the wall. It's going to be quite hard. This is another one that you've really got to play around with, so you might want to start closer in. You might want to walk out a bit. Just depends on you and your level. Good, Sarah. Okay, so you can finish off where you are. It's quite an intense stretch. I hope you liked it. So the next one we're going to do is a handstand against the wall. So we're trying to access our upper back in a handstand. If you do not like handstands or find them a bit too tricky, then I'll give you something else to do. So I'll demonstrate the handstand first, and then I'll show you the alternative. So I can't remember the name of this. I think it's holler back handstand. I think that's what it's called. So you're going to come up into a sort of downward dog position. Now it's going to be a little bit scarier if you're too far away from the wall. So if you are in some way nervous about handstands, then you want to walk your hands in closer. What I want you to do is you bring your stronger leg forward and then a small kick towards the wall. So it might take you a few kicks to get up towards the wall. You want to keep the arms straight. You're pushing the wall away, pushing up between the shoulder blades. Bring both feet towards the wall, and this part is the part that's a little bit scary but also really fun. So I want you to bring the bum back towards the wall. Okay? And really try to sink the bum down. So I'm looking forward just now. Okay? I'm in the position, nice strong position, straight arms, shoulders pushing up, and then I'm going to look towards the wall. And you will feel strengthening and stretching of the shoulders. You might want to bend the legs, and that increases the stretch in the upper back. To come out of it, take the hips off the wall and kick down. Requires quite a lot of arm strength. Handstands are not everyone's cup of tea. So alternatively, I want you to do a dolphin pose. You can do both actually. Dolphin pose is absolutely great for upper back. So you're going to clasp your hands together. You're going to have your elbows shoulder width apart. Tuck your feet under. Okay. And you're going to bring your weight forward and then bring your chest back. And you're really going to focus on trying to push that chest down towards the mat without overextending in lower back. You can look forward. So both of these exercises are really great. So you can try either. I'll have a look at your handstands. So remember, if you got up to the handstand with great ease, then maybe come down and try again and bring yourself further away from the wall. Yeah, because then you really get a nice deep stretch when you're a bit further away. Good. Good, Natalia, bum to wall, that's it. Solange, bum to wall. Good. It feels like when you're doing the handstand, when your bum's away from the wall, it is a little bit scary, isn't it, to try and push the bum back, because it feels like the wall is really far away. But actually it's not. Good, Sarah. Nice, Sarah. Yeah, the dolphin pose. Did I call it dolphin pose or did I call it something else? I can't remember. Dolphin pose is really good as well. It's a really great stretch for the upper back and shoulders. I can hear lots of cracking in this position. You can also play around with drawing your heels up and down in dolphin pose. There's a few people that have disappeared. Like, where are they? I think you guys must be using a different wall or something. Good. So just finish off where you are. If you're in the middle of a handstand, just please stay in the handstand for a little bit. Good. And we're going to do a very nice relaxing stretch with the blocks. After all of that madness. So it's up to you what you do with your blocks. I quite like to do this. So I like to put one block down and put the other one lengthways, long, like the higher setting. And hold on to the block as you arch back, because it will fall if you don't. This is really high, so if it's too much, then just take one block or just one on the higher setting. It's really up to you, or two on top of each other, or maybe just one. So you bring your bum back towards the block, bring your the block just like underneath your scapula, and then arch back. And then you can hold on to opposite elbows and relax the arms down, open the chest. You'll soon know if the block's not in the right area. You'll get a bit of a pain in the lower back. If it is a bit uncomfortable, move the block higher. Okay, you gotta find the right spot. So it's at the bra strap area. You should try and get your block. And the block might move when your arms come back, so just pay attention to it, make sure it doesn't move. And I think your block's too low, or maybe it's not. I thought your block might be too low down, but maybe it's not. Oh, it's okay. No, sorry to disturb you. Just looked a bit low down, but maybe it wasn't. It's quite hard to see. Natalia looks very relaxed. Good. So you can come out of that when you're ready. Okay, so we're going to do a bridge now. You thought it was the end, but it's not the end yet because we didn't do a bridge. We have to do a bridge in my class. Now, you do have the option today if you want to do a regular bridge or if you want to do a camel bridge. So a camel bridge is this one. It is an easier option, I would say, maybe not for everyone. So you're going to push the hips forward, squeeze the bum, relax the head and neck, so you should feel a nice lengthening in the whole front of the body. Opening the chest. You might want to do that one. You might want to take the arms up or even all the way back. Okay, you can do that one. Remember to come out of it nice and slow, or you can go into a full bridge. So if you're doing a full bridge, I want you to push through your shoulders and try to lengthen the legs. So in your bridge, you are pushing your weight forward, opening the chest. You might want to do both. Whichever one you're doing, I want you to do twice. You could do one of each if you want. And just notice how your upper back and shoulders are feeling. They might be feeling really good after all of those stretches. You might be feeling it less in the lower back. Susie, good. Keep pushing your chest forward. Good. Susie's doing something really good with her feet. So she is raising the feet off the ground and coming onto her heels. That gives you a nice stretch in the shoulders. So it helps you to push forward more and deepen the stretch in the shoulders. So when you're in your bridge, I'll just demonstrate. Push forward, draw the feet off the floor so your heels are pushing away from the mat. Thanks, Susie, for reminding me to teach that. And Anne's disappeared. Is she trying to get out of her bridge? I'm only joking, it's fine for you to disappear if you want. Nice, Sarah. Good. So if you've done your bridges, then just take a forward bend. You might want to do a child's pose. So really lengthen the arms, palms are spread, chest to the floor, or forehead to the floor, rounding the spine, drawing the bum towards the heels. And then coming up, bringing the hands up, inhaling, really stretching out the body as much as you can. And then exhale, rounding the spine, curling up into a little ball. And again, inhale, arms up. And exhale, rounding into a ball. Great. Well done, everyone. Thanks so much for coming. You all did really well. It was really interesting to watch you all and see all your nice flexible upper backs. How is it feeling? How was your upper back feeling today? If you've got any comments or questions or anything, you can put it into the chat. Let me know if you had a good flexible upper back day, and also let me know if your bridges are starting to feel more comfortable with all those shoulder stretches. Thanks, Candy. Yeah. It's nothing worse than doing a bridge when your shoulders are not fully stretched out. Sarah says, I only feel a stretch in my upper back and shoulders if I get up on my toes. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Do you usually feel the stretch? Is that when you're doing the bridge, yeah? And do you usually feel it in your lower back? Rachel said the class was brilliant. That's great. Thanks, Rachel. Thanks for coming. Yes, Sarah, it's fine. It's fine to do that. Like, whatever you want to do with your feet is fine. If you're feeling the stretch more in the upper back, it's absolutely fine to do that. Anne says she's oh, wait a minute, I've got loads of comments coming up. Oh, wait a minute. How do I scroll up in this thing? I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Anne says she's getting more feeling of a bend in upper back. The bridge is getting better. Still feeling a bit stiff in the shoulders because you're doing so much pole dancing. Maybe, or maybe not. And Leah said, but that's really great, Anne, that you're feeling more stretch in the upper back now. That's why your bridges are feeling better. Leah said got a few cracks in her upper back. Yay! Bridges are becoming more comfortable. Oh, that's great. Great to hear. Margaret, yes. Massive bridge improvement. Great. That's great. I'd love to see your progress. Like, if any of you guys are really improving in your bridges, I'd love to see like a before and after. So yeah, just tag me on Instagram or send me a private message or whatever with your photos. It'd be really cool to see. Heidi says, really enjoyed the hip flexor stretch. Oh, great. And handstand, but my right shoulder had a bit of pain. So yeah, that handstand is really hard to hold actually. It requires a lot of strength, so just take it easy with that. Thanks, Barbara. I'm glad you liked it. Can we do the hollow back stretch in an elbow stand? Yeah, Rachel, definitely. Yeah, you can. We might do that next time actually. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's definitely... Yeah, great, Margaret. I'm looking forward to seeing your pictures. Great. So thanks so much, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the class, and yeah, I'm starting to open up my YouTube channel, and that's one of my goals of this year, is to get my YouTube activated again, because it was very old. I didn't really do anything with YouTube for a few years, so I'm starting to put some tutorials and things on there, and there will be some coming next week, so I will let you know in the next class, or I'll put it on my Instagram so you can check it out. There'll be some free tutorials that you might want to do throughout the week in between classes. And Natalia feels so light. That's great, Natalia. Yeah, I feel really light after lots of shoulder stretches as well. Good, so happy Wednesday, and I'll see you soon. See you at the weekend, hopefully. Thank you, see you soon. Bye.